Hello everyone, it's me, Maya, and welcome back to my channel. This month so far, I know it's only halfway over, I picked up a lot of bits and bobs from everywhere. I have some things from the library, I have some DVDs from the library, and some that I got from the thrift store. So there's just a lot of stuff that I want to haul for you and show you guys because it's been an okay month, but there's these things have just made it so entirely better. So one of the first things I got is this, and isn't it pretty? It is an e-reader. It's a Kindle Fire, and it was only $50, which was amazing. You have ads, but I can deal with that for something that's $50. And with this, it has a free trial of Amazon Prime. I found out that you can stream the Hamilton soundtrack with Amazon Prime, and I was just like, yay! So, if you don't know, Hamilton is a musical written by Lin-Manuel Miranda, and it's taking Broadway by storm. And I've always been a humongous fan of Lin-Manuel, and to know that there was another play, I was just so excited. And of course, I am nowhere near New York, or do I have the funds to be able to go to New York? So this is the next best thing. So I'm super excited. The soundtrack is amazing. I've pretty much listened to it nonstop since getting the e-reader. And e-reader, it's a Kindle Fire. So it's an e-reader. It has the internet. It has all this other stuff as well. And it's got Audible. It's got everything that I wanted for a tablet for half the price. Kindle Fire, definitely check it out. Because I think the rest of my family wants to get one too. It's like, yes, do that. Because it's amazing. So next I want to talk about the DVDs I got. First, I'll tell you the DVDs I got from the library, and then the DVDs that I got from the thrift store. So, DVDs I got from the library are Speed Racer. This is like my 90th time seeing this movie, but it's just a wonderful story. Like, if you know the Speed Racer story, Speed is this up-and-coming racer, but with the way that they spun the story, there's some intrigue as well, like fixing the games. And then there's the Racer X who's trying to help him, but Racer X may be connected to Speed. We don't know. And it's just like, I love this movie. The next one is Magic in the Moonlight. It's a Woody Allen movie, which is obvious. And Colin Firth, this guy right here, he has been brought in to prove or disprove that Emma Stone is or is not a psychic. And he finds himself falling in love with her, which is a really cute story. It kind of reminds me of My Fair Lady, in that Colin Firth he's like this know-it-all, and he still ends up falling in love with this free spirit, but she doesn't want to, and now he's like, how dare you not fall in love with me? So, and it's not obvious, all these book movies I've seen already. I just wanted, when I was in the library, some feel-good movies. If you know, with the situation with my computer, I just really wanted to get out of the house and have some fun with some movies, because I need some chill time over this last couple of days. So I also have Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium. Mr. Megorium has a Wonder Emporium. It's pretty self-explanatory, but it's also more than just what looks like a kid's movie. It really has a lot more of, what's the best way to say it? Like, it kind of explores themes of like accepting yourself and growing up versus staying young. So a lot of these are really cute movies that I've always really liked, and I'm glad to either be able to see them or own them. The last movie I got was The Descendants, which was the story of the descendants of the Disney villains, but it's a lot of accepting their identity, but also, should we go down the path that our evil parents have set for us, or do we forge our own path? And I thought that was cool how they did that. I didn't expect it to be a musical, but I'm not mad because I love musicals, so it really worked out. Now for the movies that I now own, thanks to the thrift store, I got 5 movies, and they were all $3 each. So I was just like, I love you, thrift store. You make me smile. And I was like, I just want to look for movies that I enjoy, I would like seeing again, and don't really care if I've like seen this 50 bajillion times already. I just want like some feel good movies. So the first movie I got was Sabrina, where it's this old movie. I think it was in like the 50s or something. Not the 50s. It wasn't the 50s. It was the 90s. And it's Harrison Ford, Julia Ormond, and Greg Kinnear. And it's this love triangle where Julia has always been in love with Greg, but Greg is about to get married, and this marriage is lucrative for Harrison Ford's business, and so he wants them to stay together. But now Greg is leaning back towards Julia, and so Harrison Ford is not having it. So he decides to come in between them and woo Julia himself for the likes of this business merger. But then he finds himself falling for her, and hilarity ensues. I know I didn't just give away the whole plot. It tells you all of that on the back. So I really I love it. It's because Harrison Ford is looked as this really cut and dry character. He doesn't have any fun. He's very business oriented. And then this girl comes in and just blindsides him. And he lets down his defenses. And I think that's so cool to see. Next is It's Complicated. One of my favorite movies. And I've been looking for this movie for the longest time because I really love it. I've seen it a bajillion times. So we have Meryl Streep and Alec Baldwin, who used to be married for 20 years. And then they broke up because he cheated on her. And then he marries the woman he cheated on her with. And now, 10 years later, because of their son's graduation, Meryl Streep and Alec Baldwin are thrust back together. Brings back some old memories. And they end up getting together. So now they're having an affair with their ex-spouse. And it's hilarity and some very awkward situations ensue. But it's what they found is that all the troubles that tore them apart in their marriage are no longer an issue now that enough time has passed. So it's the big question of, can we make this work? Should this work? What about our families? What if someone finds out? So it's still essentially an affair, but is this good? Is this bad? We were together first. Next is Tangled. It's the story of Rapunzel. I think this is probably one of my favorites because of the relationship between Rapunzel and Flynn. I think they're really cute. There's really not a lot that I need to say about this one, because if you haven't seen this, then you should go see this right now. And I also got 2 other DVDs, and the cases were atrocious, so I decided to just put them in my DVD case that I got for my birthday. So hopefully, did you see that? Let's take it out. We have Ice Princess. I have this on VHS, but I'm never watching VHS again. I don't know if my VCR works, so I figured I really like this movie, let me get it on DVD. And we also have, and I really love the mystery in this story, so I thought, it's here, why not get it? Okay. And finally, we're going to get to the books. First, if I can keep them all from falling, first we have the books that I'm going to be reading for Dewey's 24-hour readathon. And even though I've already filmed that video, I'm going to run through these books one more time. We have Relish, My Life in the Kitchen by Lucy Kinsley. Aya by Marguerite Abut and Clémence Aubry. You like my French accent? It's horrible, isn't it? A Tyranny of Petticoats, a short story collection by a number of authors. How to Be Happy by Eleanor Davis. And now for the other books that I got. Now, my mother went with me to the library because she's a big Danielle Steele fan, and that's where I got it from. And I convinced her to check out the Danielle Steele section of my library while I go get all these books. And she was totally judging me when she saw the second book I got. So there's 15 books here. Plus the DVD, so it's probably 10 something books. But still, it's a lot of books. And I also have The Perks of Being a Wallflower. And it's just eh. But most of these books are shorter books. I wanted something a little bit chiller after being wrecked by the Lunar Chronicles series. So next we have The Opposite of Loneliness by Marina Keegan. This girl, she died a couple of days after graduation, and her family collected a lot of her essays and got them published. The Unreal and the Real, Selected Stories by Ursula Gwynn. I knew of one of her short stories, The Ones Who Walk Away from Omelas, and I thought, hey, let's kind of read more of her stories. I hear that she's an amazing science fiction writer, so let me check out some of her stories. I wanted to read more short stories this year and kind of look into the different types of short stories there are, because I think I prefer writing short stories than larger texts. So I thought, let me see how everyone else does it, and let me forget all the rules that they make and just do it my own way, which is kind of how I live my life. Next is What If? Serious Scientific Answers to Absurd Hypothetical Questions by Randall Munroe. And I started flipping it through as soon as I got home, and this is one of the Read Harder challenges as well, because I want to read nonfiction books about science. And I started reading it, and it is so funny. So this is probably going to be one of the next books I read. And I just have to read the disclaimer, which I find so funny. Where did it go? Disclaimer. Okay, I know. Give me a second. Disclaimer. Do not try any of this at home. The author of this book is an internet cartoonist, not a health or safety expert. He likes it when things catch fire or explode, which means he does not have your best interests in mind. The publisher and the author disclaim responsibility for any adverse effects resulting directly or indirectly from information contained in this book. This is amazing. I am so excited to read this. So it's answering all these hypothetical questions, like what would happen if you dropped a dinosaur into a sinkhole or something like that. So it's just like all these crazy, those random questions that you have, and then they answer it scientifically. I'm like, this sounds cool. I'm excited. So I have 2 more books to offer you all. This is Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli. So this is about Simon, who is still in the closet, and someone finds out that he's gay. And in order to keep this secret, he becomes the wingman for this other person. Or if he doesn't become the wingman for this person, his sexuality is going to be found out. But not only his, the person that he has been emailing with. So it's really, I would guess this is a story about sexuality in high school and kind of staying in the closet versus living your life. I don't know. I've wanted to read this for a while because I thought the premise was interesting, but also there's the Addicted to YA group on Goodreads that's reading it this month. So that, you know what? Let's read it. Why not? Let's do it. So the piece to resistance, the book that I will be reading next, the book that I'm so excited for is it came very quickly, by the way. Stars Above, the short story collection by Marissa Meyer, which is within the Lunar Chronicles series. Once I finished Winter, I was fiending for more Lunar Chronicles. I just needed it so much in my life, and once I finished reading Winter, I was wrecked. I was like, I can't have this story be over. So I was like, let me find out. I knew there was this short story collection. Let me find this short story collection, and let's not let this be over. And now it's not. And I get to read Stars Above, and I'm so excited. So this is the book I'll be reading next, and then definitely What If. And I think that's it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you like more of these videos, you know what to do. Please subscribe, like, share, favorite, what have you. You know what to do. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.